Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hello, everybody. I'm Lady Cheryl, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how important my perennial Mexican petunias are in my food forest, because they easily self-seed and they attract a lot of pollinators to the yard. Another thing I'm going to share with you is how I'm trapping Japanese beetles with sticky paper that I already had. And I'm going to share with you how I shade my seedlings that I potted up the other day. It's 100 degrees. Okay, let's get started. Okay, guys, I have Brian and Bria here with me this morning, and we just put up these sticky paper. I get them from Amazon, and it's two-sided, and you can see right here, I showed you in my last video that the Japanese beetle have been eating holes in the leaves of the sweet potatoes, and this is what it looks like. It looks like a mosaic. And
hi,
anyway,
guys.
Oh, Bria, I'm videotaping. You want to say hi?
Hi.
You want to say hi, Brian? So anyway, we're going to put these here and they'll trap them. I've been having these for a long time, just to keep forgetting to put them out. So I'll come back in a few days and show you how many insects were trapped on this paper. Give me that okra, Brian, so I can show them. We gather okra every day. And we see some little holes right in here in the okra leaves. So we're going to find another fence post and stick it in there. And you can see damage right here in this zinnia that reseeded, and we'll stick another one here. So our beans are getting ready to flower, and as you can see right here, we have damage. So we're gonna stick a fence post right here, not a fence post, but you know, a little small fence, and then we will put the paper there. Okay, so you can see we have the paper, the two-sided paper here. And I see a little bitty damage on some of these leaves, and I'm sure they'll be attracted to the yellow paper. So we'll hope that will rectify that. And I looked all under the leaves, and I couldn't find a worm or anything. I'm sure it's Japanese beetle. So we're gonna stick one of these little fence posts, or little fence pieces. We don't want it to get all on the leaves, so we're gonna just stick it right there and hope that we catch something good. And we'll come back again, as I said, and we will share. And while I'm here, just let me show you how beautifully our peppers are doing. And they've been on here a while. I don't think these are going to be the real big, long jalapeno peppers. So it's quite a few on here, and I'm quite a few. Let me start again. Okay, guys, we're finished with the sticky traps in the greenhouse. We put 2 in this garden bed. Bria is the fence person. Brian holds the wire and the sticky traps. So we have 2 in this bed, and we have 2 in this bed over here, and then we put 2 in the ceiling. Let's see if we can get a view of that one down there on the end. Where's my finger? It doesn't matter. You can see it right here. Okay, so now we've got 1 in this area and 1 over there, and I think we're gonna put another one by this mulberry tree, because I can tell this is spider mite damage. Even though I used the dormant or organic oil in the beginning of the season, I can tell this mulberry tree is being attacked. It's huge too. This was a $5 tree I bought from a guy on Facebook that was selling native trees to Texas. So, I put 1 here. That'll catch it. That'll be enough. So we have 1, 2, and then we have 1 over there by that okra. Okay, let's go. Isn't this a beautiful sight? Man, I tell you, every day I come out to my food forest several times a day and just thank God for all that He has created and allowed me to grow. Wow, look at that. My miho satsuma, the first time in 3 years I'm going to get fruit. I can't help it, guys. I may have talked about it, or you may have watched a video. I know I've talked about it. You may have watched a video or two with me featuring it, but I just can't help it. It's beautiful. It's very early in the morning. The sun is just coming up, and you can see my figs just growing, but I suspect that squirrels are eating them because they just let them get to a certain size and then they disappear. I suspect squirrels and birds are probably eating these figs. I have to harvest them if I want to get any jelly, even if I have to freeze them until, look at that, just gorgeous. I'll zoom in a little bit closer so you can see better. Moving this leaf out the way. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? They're just loaded. But like I said, I know something's eating them. It's probably squirrels. But this is what I really picked up my cell phone so I can film this right here. The Mexican petunias. I left this okra on. Not intentionally at first, it was too hard, and then I decided to just let it grow so I can use it for seed next year. I am on a mission to collect as many seeds as I can. This one is perfect, so I'll take that one. But check this out. Look at those pink and purple flowers. Guys, those are Mexican petunias. I bought some seeds from eBay, and every year they just scatter in the wind because they are so tiny. The seeds are so tiny you can hardly see them. So I just let them scatter in the wind. And what I want to share with you about this particular area where these beautiful pink and lavender petunias, Mexican petunias are. Look how they're getting ready to bloom just all over the plant. And I have them sitting on top of this raised bed, but it's in a very small container like this one right here that I paid $2 for at the dollar store. And these are all zinnias. Let me move back. You see all those plants right there? Those are all zinnias that have reseeded, and they're gonna look just like those over there in the 5-gallon bucket. But I just let the wind do its thing, let nature take its course, and then I pull up the little tiny plants. The sun is in my eye. I pull up the tiny plants and I put them where I want them. And even if they are not going to be there in that position long, I still let them grow. Some I bring in the greenhouse during the winter, and then come spring, I put them where I want them. Now let me show you an area where they're growing on their own. Around this apple tree, the wind scattered the seeds, and I'm just going to let them grow. And here's that comfrey that Bria and I planted in the 100-degree temperature. I knew the outer leaves were going to die, but that root is still alive and it's real green right there in the center. So we're going to have comfrey that I can just chop and drop by these two trees. Here's a pear tree. Okay, let me slow down. Now let me turn around and show you another area that those petunias, Mexican petunias, are growing. Right here, I didn't transplant these here. The wind scattered the seeds, as I said before, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna leave them there. I never ever have to hand pollinate anything in my yard because I plant a lot of, or grow a lot of perennials that self-seed and attract pollinators. Here's some more comfrey that I put right here next to this Santa Rosa palm. It was like a little twig, and I thought, well, maybe I need to move it because it's not doing good in that spot. But this year it took off. This is just the second year. So next year I think it's really going to take off. Okay, and let me show you some more Mexican petunias that just started popping up over here up under this garden bench. I'm gonna just let it grow It's not a garden bench, it's my garden chair next to this garden bench over here. I'm just gonna let it grow and I'll move that chair someplace else. Okay, let me show you another spot. More Mexican petunias. I didn't plant these here, guys. They just started growing and I let them. But they're beautiful. They're in between a elderberry bush, a cherry tree, and right over here, man, look at this tree. This is my Lee Jujube. I only paid $5 for this tree from a merchant on Facebook. And it's in the ground. You can't really see it because that deal that used to be there is hiding, but it's in the ground and it's growing like crazy. And it's past my house, the top of my house. So yeah, try to grow some native trees and perennials. These are things that I'm not gonna have to plant anymore. So I just want to share that with you all. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll add more to this video soon. Okay guys, I'm outside. It's 100 degrees. It's Sunday, and I want to show you what I've done with my seedlings. I've got them all potted up, and the hardest part of the day, I have to cover them with 50% shade. If I don't, they will burn up. So those are collards. Collards don't grow well in very hot temperatures. And then up under this shelving unit right here, I have my tomatoes and turnips, and I've got beets down there on that bottom tray. Now these I won't pot up. These will go directly into grow boxes. Right here I have Japanese red mustard greens and some kale. I have curly kale. I think it's thornhead kale. I'll insert the title if I'm wrong. And then I just have a few tomatoes. I gave some to my daughter, and more collards and turnips, as I said. And as you can see, I have this shelving unit that I grow seedlings in my grow room, and got it at Lowe's or Home Depot, and I'm covering it up with 50% shade because I mean it is hot as fire out here, so I have to go in, guys. But I want to share that with you. The reason why I'm not potting up the beets down there is because they don't like to be fooled around a lot. They don't like to be transplanted. You can do it when they're real young and you're very careful with them, but as they get bigger, they get a little finicky. Another vegetable that gets real finicky when you pot up it is okra. There are others, but those come to mind right now. So yeah, I keep all of my little scrap pieces of 50% shade and use them when I have to. So if you live in a hot climate like me where you got 100-degree temperatures and you have to go to work, you cannot do this unless you have somebody to come and shade them. I suggest that you grow them inside in your grow room. They'll grow a little slower, but it can be done. Appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to watch my video. You know that God loves you and I love you too. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye now.